Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Leslie Tay. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today I've got a very interesting recipe for you. We're gonna make crispy pan-fried chicken and I'm gonna dress it with a colonial style curry sauce. Okay, hear that again, huh? This curry sauce was taught to me by a Hainanese uncle in Sydney, Australia over 20 years ago. The first time I ate it, I go, wow, this is so nice. Can you please show me how to make this sauce? Ever since then, I've been doing it at home. And today I'm gonna show it to you. The main ingredient today is chicken. And today we are using Kisong's fresh lacto boneless chicken leg. This chicken is fed lactobacillus and it doesn't need any antibiotics to keep it healthy. So it's grown without antibiotics and hormones. So we're gonna make this a really crispy skin chicken, and we need to do one or two things before we put it onto the pan. As you can see, this is a nice chicken leg. It's already been deboned. First thing we got to do is to use a sharp knife, and we're gonna poke a lot of small little holes in the chicken thigh. Just like that. When I do the Sio Bak, right, it's like pricking the skin of the pork. When you do this, you do two things. One is you prevent the skin from shrinking while it cooks. And secondly, you allow the oils to render and then escape so that your skin will be crispy. So the principle is almost the same. Once that is done, you need to add a bit of salt onto the skin side. Alright, the salt helps to draw the extra moisture, and you also want to salt the meat side. This will season the meat as well as help all the juices to stay inside. We're just going to cover it with some cling wrap. And we're going to flatten the chicken. Unlike pork, chicken thigh has some parts that are thicker and some parts that are thinner. So what you want to do is to try to make it even. And this is important because it's to make sure that the skin stays flat under the pan. So you can leave this in the fridge with the skin side up for the skin to dry out and for the salt to penetrate into the meat. A minimum 1 hour, or you can leave it overnight. So we're going to do some simple prep for the sauce. What we need is a small onion. I'm going to just slice it. So this sauce is actually very simple to do, and normally we cook it all in a pan without having to do the chicken separately. So this is actually a chicken curry. But today I just wanted to show you another technique to make the crispy chicken, so I separated the sauce and the chicken. Let's start cooking the chicken. So what we want to do is to start with a cold pan. Cold pan just means a pan that hasn't been heated up. Now this is very unusual. Usually when you cook, you want to heat up the pan first, add the oil, then add the meat. And this is a technique that I picked up from America's Test Kitchen, and it works really well. So you have a cold pan, add some oil, and then you put your chicken skin side down onto the pan. Like, make sure that the oil and the skin and the pan is in good contact. So what you want to do is to stretch out the chicken nicely. Make sure that the whole piece of skin is flat on the pan. Now this is the whole key. You want to keep the skin as flat as you can during the initial cooking process, because once the heat starts, the skin will start to shrink. So if you start with a hot pan, by the time you put the skin on, the skin is already shrunk. When you start with a cold pan, the skin will remain flat, but you need to put a weight on top of the chicken like this. Any weight will do. You can put another pan on top, you can put the pot on top, you can put anything that's heavy and flat on top so that the chicken will remain flat on the pan. Once you have your lid on, you turn on your cooker and you turn on your timer for 8 minutes. At this stage of the cooking, the chicken skin is being heated up, so it's starting to shrink. So you apply the weight so that the skin will remain flat on the pan. So slowly you'll hear, when it's starting to cook, right, you hear the oil start to sizzle. Okay, so this is the point where you really want to keep a bit of pressure onto the chicken. This will result in a fried chicken with a skin that is quite evenly crisp all over the top, like a Sio Bak. So later you'll see. So after about 3 or 4 minutes, the chicken skin would have set, so you can actually relax, you don't have to keep pushing. But every now and again, you just want to apply a bit of pressure so that all the oil under the chicken skin can render out. The lid is also a useful little thing because it prevents all the oil from spurting all over the place. Trust me, I know. You also don't want to press too hard, or else the chicken will be very flat. So you just want to apply enough pressure so that the skin remains flat on the pan. So if you're lazy, you can just put 2 cans on top like that. The heat has got to be sort of like moderate to high, but not too high. Okay, 8 minutes is up. Let's check. Okay, as you can see, the top of the chicken is almost cooked already. Let's just have a look. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that nice? Nice and golden. We'll just cook it for a little bit longer. Let's check. Look at that. That is beautiful. We just want to lightly brown the other side, and then it's ready. Okay, see? This is real crispy chicken skin. Okay, hear that again, huh? Good, right? So let's put this chicken aside and let's do the sauce. This pan is still hot. What we're gonna do is to take this beautifully aromatic chicken scented oil, and we're gonna just fry some onions. You can add a little bit of salt to the onion, and this will help to draw out the excess liquid from the onion as well. Gonna just add some water and deglaze the pan. Now, a lot of us at home, we have no time to make chicken stock. If you can make real chicken stock, all the better. But I'm just using a little bit of chicken stock. So it adds a bit of umami and a little bit of salt to the whole thing. This, my friends, is the secret ingredient. This is a curry powder. It is very popular in Thailand. It's actually a relic of the colonial past. So this curry powder comes from Thailand, but it's actually made by the British Pepper and Spice Company in UK. And it's got that nice curry aroma that I can only describe as colonial. Just about 1 tablespoon. So basically this part, you just want the powder to sort of soften up. It doesn't really dissolve because these are all sort of spices. We need to add in a little bit of milk, about half a cup of milk, and we'll add in a little bit of sugar, teaspoon of sugar, up to your taste really. What you need now is just some lime to give it a bit of zing and fragrance. A squeeze of lime, just a little bit. And if you want, we'll just add a little bit of the rind from the lime. This will give it a nice citrusy fragrance. If you have kaffir lime leaf, you can add that. You can add a little bit of lemongrass if you have that. Even if you don't have lime, you can just add a little bit of vinegar, and that will work as well. Let's just give it a taste. Very nice. We'll add in some peas, give it a bit of color and sweetness. These are also from RedMart. I managed to find some really nice French petit pois. Just a little bit of milk. Bring the thing to a heat. Just a bit of corn flour to thicken. Of course, you want a richer curry, you can use coconut milk or even thickened cream. Look at that. Just love that smell. It's all nice and thickened now. So that's done. Alright, so let's plate. This is a nice, beautiful sauce. When I first ate this dish, right, it was just basically diced chicken in this curry on rice. It was so good. We got our chicken fillet, still crispy. Okay, what we're gonna do is to just cut it. Imagine doing that with chicken skin, right? If it's not crispy. You know, chicken skin can be so chewy. And now just put the chicken on top of that curry. Just to make it fancy, right? I'm gonna serve it with ketupat. This ketupat you can buy also from RedMart. The rice is in the bag already. All you need to do is to boil it, and then you turn up with the ketupat. If you have guests coming for dinner, and then you want to impress them, you say, hey, what's this? It's like an Angmoh dish, right? So Angmoh dish, usually you eat with potatoes, right? So instead of potatoes, I have ketupat. Okay, now for the taste test. It's a recipe that you're gonna love, that your family's gonna love, and it's something that you're gonna cook over and over again. All the ingredients that you see today are available from RedMart. Saves me the trouble of having to go to one place to pick this up, one place to pick the other thing up. Everything is available at the touch of a button. So until next time, happy cooking.